Hey guys, this is Bellic from Tiny Walnut Games, and I'm here showing off a very simple tool, very small tool, that I am choosing to call a grid layer editor. And what this is supposed to do for you is it is simply supposed to make a grid object and a bunch of tile map objects, each with their own layer and z-depth, so that you don't have to sit there and right click and create each individual one and set up each individual one with those layers. And you can either use the layers that I set up, or you can use layers that you chose. And so I have already imported the folder from GitHub, and you'll notice, the README and everything in here. Inside of the scripts, you'll have the editor folder, and everything as far as the scripts go are in the editor folder, so they won't be compiled at runtime. There's nothing really to use at runtime. So what happens is we have the grid layer config, which is the scriptable object, and these are my recommended layers for a side-scrolling platformer game, or a side-scrolling Metroidvania, anything like that. And I have another set that I recommend for the top-down, and that is right here, right in there. Now these will show up as defaults in the edit grid layers window when you try to create a default config. So I'm going to do a platformer right now, and you'll see here that it shows the layers that are set up, so I could choose which ones, and they will be added up here. But you can also see now, well, it had the 15, but during the refresh, because the scriptable object hasn't been made with my layers yet, you'll see that it automatically emptied out. It had 15, now it emptied out. So I'm going to take a minute, and we are going to set up the layers, because I can totally remember how to do this through the menu. Screw that. Add layer. Here we go. And I need that list. Lock you. And I'm going to go ahead and just open this. It's going to show up over there on my second monitor, so I'm just going to copy these over. Starting at the bottom, I think, if I remember correctly. If not, I'll have to reverse them. Now I don't know if this is best practices or not. I could probably check with an AI or one of my friends or whatever, but this is how I'm choosing to do it. So those are now done, and I can unlock this. And we should see now, yep, excuse me, those are all there. And come back to the edit grid layers, and now they're here. And what we can do, since these are already here and these are the ones that I want to use, I don't need to do anything down here. And these came back, of course, because the layers are now available. I can actually show you. Blending is down there. Show you how it automatically fills them in, the ones that you're choosing. I'm going to go ahead and add the parallax layers, even though we don't need tile maps for parallax layers, just because it'll automate those, right? And set up the Z order. Now it created grid. That's one way to do it, right? The other way is to right click, come down to Tiny Walnut Games, and then you can choose which one you want to do. You can do a default top down, which will include those layers, but we will need to add these layers into the layer settings if you want to use these ones. I'm going to go ahead and delete that because those layers won't automatically be on the correct actual layer, right? Delete that one too. I'm going to come and do a hexagonal top-down grid. Show you guys that gets created. And the Z order that I'm talking about here, Deep Ocean's a 0, this one's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 there. And like I said, that might be backwards. I don't remember at the moment. Create a side-scrolling grid, and there we have 14 for the top one, and then going down top to bottom, farther and closer and closer to the camera. And I was talking about the parallax earlier. Let me bring in some graphics real quick. I'm not going to use my parallax system for this. We could use that one, but that's not the one that I'm looking for. Where was it? Oh, come on. How do I not remember what this pack is called? Hold on. There it is. I mean, it's the simplest name ever. I feel dumb for that. This art is obviously not included. And of course, because I'm recording, it's going to take forever. No, it's not. As long as I have the same order here, it should be fine. The same order, of layers, top to bottom, as in my script, in my enums, the side-scrolling layers enum. I think my dog is annoying his fur mommy. Pretty sure you guys heard that. My microphone seems to pick up everything. Okay, that's done. Go into the scene here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the tile map renderers because we don't need these on Parallax. I'm going to add the sprite renderer. Get the backgrounds, so forest background. Starting with number 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you can see how that worked. And it'll do the same thing you know, for each of the tile map layers there, you know, will be in front of the others the lower you go down. Let's see about bringing in some rule tiles real quick. Just going to drop them nowhere at the moment because it's not scrolling down all the way like I want. I'm going to throw them in there. Okay, it looks like they're still working. Open up the tile palette. I'm just going to use, hold on. There we go. And not that one. This one. And that one. That does not look right, right? Why does that not look right? Because I forgot to do this. These guys are 256. Back over here, take another look at those rule tiles, see if they look right this time. Yes, that looks better. Okay, we're going to go to walkable ground, switch back to 2D, select the brush. I'm not going to go crazy on this. I forgot to put the other one there. Background. Oops. Wrong thing to do. Background 2. See? different Z orders. I don't know why the camera does that. It's pretty annoying. But you can see here that they still render correctly. But that's how you use the tool. That's really all it does, right? And thank you very much for watching.